Hello friends, welcome back. Now let's listen the story The Cave That Talked. It was told by Raktaksh to his followers. Deep in the rainforest lived a lion named Karnak. One day he was very hungry and looked for a prey in every nook and corner of the forest. There was no animal, big or small, as far as he could see. As he was wandering in search of food, he found a big cave and thought, there must be some animal living here. If so, it is bound to return to the cave in the evening. I will hide myself in the cave, and when the animal returns, I will pounce on him and have a good meal. Then, as sun began to set, Dadhipuch, a jackal, came to the cave that was his home and saw the footprints of the lion entering the cave. There were, however, no traces of footprints to show that the lion had left. Scared, the jackal wanted to make sure that it was a lion or some big animal that went into the cave. But how should he know? He hit upon a brilliant idea. The jackal went near the cave and began shouting, "Hello, cave! I am your friend here." There was no reply from the cave. He did not know what to do. He again shouted, "Hello, cave! Don't you remember the arrangement we made? I have to shout when I arrive at the cave, and you will ask me to come in. Without your green signal, I do not enter the cave. Since you are silent, I will go to some other cave." The lion heard the jackal speaking and thought, there seems to be an arrangement between the cave and this animal. Let me get him into my trap. I will shout back a welcome to him and he will walk in happily." The lion then roared, "Hi, jackal, come in. You are welcome." The jackal at once knew it was a lion inside the cave and hurriedly fled the place, remembering the lines of the learned. He survives who anticipates a danger and acts to avert it. He who does not comes to grief. Raktaksha then said, "That is how we must also anticipate danger and act. Let us leave now before it is too late." Listening to his advice, his ministers and others followed him to a far-off place. Seeing that the main obstacle in his way has disappeared and that the remaining king's men were all stupid, Sthirjivi began piling up twigs on the pretext of building a nest. He heaped them at the entrance of the cave in which the king and other owls lived. When the pile was big enough, he waited for daybreak when the owls would become blind. Then he flew off to Meghavarna and told him that before word could reach the enemy camp of his plan, he and his followers should accompany him, each carrying a piece of burning wood. Accordingly, Meghavarna and his men followed Sthirjivi, each carrying a burning twig in his beak. When they reached the entrance of the cave, which was now blocked by the pile of twigs Sthirjivi built, they threw the burning twigs on the pile, which began to burn fiercely, killing all the owls trapped inside. When Meghavarna and his men returned to their kingdom, he asked Sthirjivi to tell him how he could plan to kill the enemy. Sthirjivi said, "It was not an easy job living in the enemy camp. Luckily, except Raktaksh, everyone of Arimardhan's minister was a fool. Yet it was like walking on the edge of a sword. But if you want to achieve your goal, you will have to put up with all inconvenience and discomfort like the snake which carried the frogs on its back." So friends, we will bring the story of the frogs that rode snake back very soon. Do write your views about the story The Cave That Talked in the comment section. If you like this podcast, then click the like button and also share it. See you soon in the next story. Stay tuned with this series for listening to more Panchatantra stories. Take care. Bye.